Hello YouTube and welcome to Turmoil in the Toybox. I'm your host Aaron Hauser. Today we're going to be reviewing the Gremlins Mogwai Series 2 figure set from NECA. This includes Mohawk, Combat Gizmo, and Daffy all in their Mogwai forms. This was just recently released from NECA, and altogether this goes for about $45 for the set through Amazon, or you can get them for about 20 bucks each if you give or take a dollar through Amazon right now. They'll probably be available within a month or two at Toys R Us, and they normally go for around 12 bucks each if you find them there. But I have a feeling these will all go very quickly, considering this is the most sought-after line from the Mogwai series that NECA's put out. So I'm really excited to do this review. Been waiting about a year and a half for these guys. So let's get started. We'll start off actually with Daffy. And the paint application on this one is just beautifully done. Here, we'll kind of tilt down a little. Some of the pictures I'd seen were a little messy looking, but this one, the three that I got were actually fairly well done. Same articulation as the series before. You've got articulation in the shoulder, at the elbow, somewhat of a ball joint there. Wrist articulation. Legs are on, they flex back and forth and around 360. Ears also are on somewhat of a ball joint there. And then the head is also on a ball joint. Now, it's kind of funny because the one real problem that I had with this series is actually kind of the best feature of this figure. I really love that NECA went and added the eye articulation for these Mogwai figures. It looks really nice and it gives a lot more character to each of the figures. But the problem was that it's controlled by a little rotating ball portion in the back of the head here, but it's very, very loose, which always makes them look crazy. Now, when you get a figure like this that is actually supposed to be crazy, it actually comes in handy. So you just kind of roll it around and you can get just a variety of different insane looks on his face, which is just wonderful. I love that. Kind of looks normal there. Oh, never mind. But yeah, really great figure. Paint application is really nice on this one. Not a whole lot of bleeding. No mispainted portions from what I can see. But yeah, I really like this one. And Daffy was always one of my favorite Mogwai from Gremlins 2, the new batch. And it's really great to finally have these guys in figure form. I think it really does the original animatronic puppets justice. So that is Daffy for you. Next we'll do Mohawk. Now we'll actually start with the Mohawk on this one. A lot of people have been complaining about how long the hair is on that one. I just pulled this one out of the package. Might trim it down a bit. It's not too crazy for me. I kind of like it a little longer. But in the movie, I know it probably goes to about like right there. So, but yeah, same articulation on this guy with a couple added features. One is of course the hair. And then another thing that I did not know was that this one actually has an articulated jaw. It's a little loose on mine, but if you push it up, you can have a closed mouth. If you open it up, you can bare his little teeth, which looks really cool. Also has the rotating eyes on it. The one thing that I had a problem with this figure in particular, I'm not sure if it's just the mechanism in the head, but it feels like it's back heavy, so it pulls the eyes back into the head. So you'll set it, let's see if we can get his eyes to look normal for a second, like that, and I let go, and they jump. So it's very hard to get it kind of positioned in a way that isn't gonna make the eyes look weird. Now you can avoid that if you want to leave the plastic tab that comes in the back of the eyes. Let me see if I have one of those around here. Oh no, I think I tossed them all in the garbage already. But yeah, there's a little plastic tab that sits right underneath the back of the head, underneath the ball joint for the eyes, and it holds the eyes in place while they're in the packaging. So If you leave those in, you probably won't have as much of a problem. I really don't like a tag hanging out of the back of his head, so I took it off. But I'm sure if you put a small piece of tape or something on the back, you could hold it. But either way, really, really well done figure. Hey, there we go. Really love the added jaw articulation there. They totally could have gotten away with not doing it, and I still would have loved this figure. But it's a really nice added bonus to have his little teeth hanging out there, which look really cool. Yeah. Also, I'd like to note that there's a really good paint app on this one too. Nothing crazy on this guy, so looks really good. Alright, last but not least, we've got Combat Gizmo, or as the fans know him, Rambo Gizmo. Rambo! Very, very cool that we finally got this figure. He comes with a very flexible little makeshift bow that he makes out of a paper clip and a rubber band. Fits right in his hand. Excuse me. And then also comes with a little arrow that he made that he ends up taking out Spider Mohawk with. Now the arrow can actually tuck in the back here if you just kind of pull out this little rope bit, and then you can just kind of wedge it in there like that. So yeah, different facial expression on this one than any of the other gizmos we've had so far. Ready for action. Pros and cons of this figure. I really love the paint app. I really love the accessories that came with it. The detail is phenomenal. The only thing that I really wasn't too happy about was the little ribbon that he has on his head here. It kind of hovers. It's not really glued down all the way, so I might actually put a little bit of glue to get that to hold down. But other than that, it's a really, really well done figure. In this one, I actually didn't have any problems with the eyes. This actually feels like it's pretty... The eyes are fairly stiff on this one, actually. It takes a lot to get them to kind of move around, so... You know, you get him kind of in that one position. He looks best kind of looking up like that. But yeah, that's about it for him. Like I said, these are about 20 bucks each on Amazon, 12 bucks a piece at Toys R Us when they finally decide to stock them, which will probably be in about a month and a half, 2 months, depending on when they get their stock in. But keep checking. This is a great series. They definitely outdid themselves with this Mogwai series, and really saved the best for last. Really hoping that they continue this line. I know that a lot of fans are hoping for some more Mogwai figures from the first Gremlins film. What was there? There was the chubby gremlin, there was the gremlin stripe. There was a couple different ones that they had, as well as a couple additional actual gremlin figures for future lines, including a Spider Mohawk, which we're all really still rooting for. So that's about it for the review. I would challenge you guys to check out the Mogwai awareness petition on Facebook. It's just a little group of people that are really striving to get the word out there about this series to other collectors, and to really raise awareness for these figures in this line from NECA. NECA has stated on multiple occasions that depending on how the sales are for this series as well as the last Gremlin series that was released, if they do well with those, that they'll actually release more. They haven't been specific as to when that would be or what they would release as far as characters, but it was really contingent on how well these figures were received. And I gotta tell you, this is a fucking awesome set. And if you had to get any set of the Mogwai, this is definitely the one to get. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Series 1 was great, but these guys really take the cake. So that about wraps it up for this review. Check out some of my other reviews I have up for the previous Gremlin series as well as Series 1 for the Mogwai. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.